Good news is patient zero in this country has recovered enough to leave hospital. The Kwazulu-Natal Provincial Executive Council has given an update on COVID-19 cases in the province. As of today, South Africa has 116 confirmed cases in the country. ENCA's Mawande Keswa joins me now from Kwazulu-Natal for more on that story. Mawande, I suppose, there's no downplaying how significant this is, because in as much as it was significant when this first patient was diagnosed in the country and marked the arrival of coronavirus on our shores, it is equally significant that he's going home. What are the details?
That is definitely indeed the case. What I'm going to do is, right off the bat, bring the Premier of KZN, Sihle Zikalala, into the conversation. A lot of good news, or there's some good news that you spoke of, and that is relating to patient zero. Could you please just give us a bit more information that you have about his recovery?
Well, he is recovering, and his wife as well is recovering. They are both at a level where we can confirm that they've gone through the risk, and they are now just in a waiting period, and they will be discharged back into their families and their homes. And this shows that this virus does not mean that if you are infected, you will just die like that. But it shows that if you take care of yourself, you get better soon.
Now, this news comes in the wake of you speaking of the Siya action plan. Could you please just summarize what that plan entails and how exactly it will springboard any issues that might arise to a point where we also see other patients being in the position of patient zero?
By Siya campaign, we mean we are conquering the coronavirus. And conquering the coronavirus means that we ensure that no person will be infected again. So those who have tested, they must be isolated. They must isolate themselves or be taken to hospitals and recover. But also would want to send a message to our people, be with our people on ensuring that they prevent. Education and awareness is quite important. And that's why we're emphasizing people to take precaution, to ensure that they wash their hands, to ensure that they use sanitizers, to ensure that when they cough, they take those prescribed preventative measures. So we'll be going all out. We've declared that by the 25th, which is next week Wednesday, we will be in all districts, meeting with sectors, meeting with officials, but also meeting with community workers, whom we are going to rely in taking the message down to our wards.
Now, Premier, there's been some issues around people in certain areas speaking about the fact that they do not have water. So practicing cleanliness and hygiene might be a bit of a challenge. Are there any plans in place to try and mitigate the situation? Yes, we know we have been plagued by floods. You're looking at the south coast predominantly.
Yes, we are putting in place plans. Through COGTA, we're providing equipments and water tankers to municipalities. We want to see each and every area getting water, even if there is no water, potable water from the tap, but we want people to get water. That's why we've provided water tankers to all our municipalities.
Just for now, the residents of eThekwini, or the province rather, KZN, there have been some saying that, can we know where the affected or infected people are? Could you please clarify why you are unable to divulge such information?
It will not be possible for us to divulge such information. You know that such information is also determined by protocols and prescript, especially when it comes to regulations that relate to the relationship between the clients and their doctors. And in this regard, patients and doctors, they've got that confidentiality. But I would say it is not yet in rural areas or in townships. It is in urban areas, and those are areas that are affected for now.
In closing, there's a lot of concern around the economy. You look at our tourism sector, you look at our ports. What information can you give us in mitigating the issues that we will be facing as a result of the coronavirus?
Through the Department of Economic Development, we'll be meeting with the business community to look on mitigating factors. But we undertake that we will ensure that we work together. We know that tourism sector, the sports industry, but almost all sectors are heavily affected by this situation, and it is going to have a serious impact in our economy. And that's why we'll be meeting with them sectorally so that we're able to also see how to intervene and mitigate the effect of coronavirus.
We thank you for your time there very much. KZN Premier Sihle Zikalala speaking to us.